车已经到达宫城站。下车时，请注意列车与站台之间的空隙。
We are now arriving at Gongcheng Station.
女士们、先生们，列车运行中，请您站稳扶牢。本次列车全程禁止吸烟，感谢您的配合。列车前方到站，贺州站。
Dear passengers, welcome aboard Fuxing train. Smoking is not allowed on the train. The next stop is Herdro Station.
女士们、先生们，列车已经到达贺州站。下车时，请注意列车与站台之间的空隙。
We are now arriving at Herdro Station.
列车前方到站，广宁站。
Dear passengers, welcome aboard Fuxing train. Smoking is not allowed on the train. The next stop is Guangning Station.
女士们、先生们，女士们、先生们，列车运行中，请您站稳扶牢。本次列车全程禁止吸烟，感谢您的配合。列车前方到站肇庆东站。
Dear passengers, welcome aboard Fuxing train. Smoking is not allowed on the train. The next stop is Shaoqingdong Station.
女士们、先生们，列车已经到达肇庆东站。下车时，请注意列车与站台之间的空隙。女士们、先生们，列车已经到达三水南站。下车时，请注意列车与站台之间的空隙。
We are now arriving at Sanshui Nan Station.
女士们、先生们，列车运行中，请您站稳扶牢。本次列车全程禁止吸烟，感谢您的配合。列车前方到站，广州南站。
Dear passengers, welcome aboard Fuxing Train. Smoking is not allowed on the train. The next stop is Guangzhou Nan Station.
要你说。